keeping God first is what's always going to redeem us, restore us. You understand what I'm saying? Like, keeping him first, that's the master ingredient to anything in life that you're trying to cook up.
It seems like the more that I give to them, the more they try to take from me. Somebody better pray for me. You know.
Young world, what's going on, man? We're back with another Lingo with Lito, you know. I had to switch up the scenery for you real quick. Hey, look. So, the topic today, right? We're going to speak on shortcuts and longevity. Okay. Now, I want to give y'all a familiar story that I'm pretty sure we all with. You can't act like you too tough, you too gangster, you too grown, you're too sophisticated, you're too Hasidity for this story. Because we all know about the 3 little pigs, right? Well, long story short, out of the 3 pigs, right? Let's look at that like us, right? Okay. You built one house out of straw, built one house out of sticks, but the last house was built out of bricks. Now, when the wolf, which is life, comes huffing, puffing, and blowing your shit down, you come to find out the shortcut very well might have cut you short. Because, see, that house with the straw, that shit got blown right to pieces. Now, it took a little extra to blow that house down with the sticks, but nevertheless, the wolf got rid of that too. But when he ran to the pig that built the house out of brick, see, that pig took his time. Longevity. See, that pig was conscious and mindful about, okay, yeah, I want to go ahead and build this house, but I got to do it right. See, it's all about doing things right. Now, I understand, we not perfect. We sin all the time. Sometimes you got to do a little bad to get a little good, do a little wrong to see a little right. I get it. So I don't discriminate nobody, you know what I'm saying? I don't criticize whatever you doing, whatever you not doing. It's all good. But just keep in mind that whatever you do, you want it to last, okay? So it's just like, what God speaks about in the Bible. Like, yeah, it's all about your foundation, okay? The word for you, kings and queens, for the rest of this week would be foundation, okay? That's the word for the week. If you think about the root word in foundation, it's called found. You have to find a way to legitimize what you're doing to the point where you can transition your right now into longevity later, okay? So whatever dreams you have, whatever ambitions you have, you stay your course, okay? You don't let nobody or nothing distract you, knock you off course, take you out of your lane. Be you at all times. It's just like I told you before. You got to be you. You trying to be somebody else, you will miss your destiny. Because only you can fulfill your destiny. So be you all the time. So you can receive what's meant for you to receive. You know what I mean? For real. Now, with that said, also, I want to give a shout out to the kids right now. I know y'all going through a lot with this school thing. One day is school, next day is not school. The government really don't know what they want to do. You know, we got the vaccines going on. Everybody personal opinion is their personal opinion. I don't trust it. That's just me. If you do trust it, by any means, do your thing and get that vaccine. But I just can't really, I can't rock with it. But the point I want to make is, man, these kids going through a lot right now. Parents, please don't get stressed out or frustrated to the point where we taking it out on these kids, because the kids did not create COVID-19. Let me repeat this. Kids did not create this disease. The government created it, okay? So let's not take our frustration and anger out on these kids. I know parents, it's getting tough, it's getting stressful, but it ain't the kids' fault, okay? So I want to shout out the kids right now. Y'all doing an excellent job. When y'all go home from work today, or when your child gets home from the babysitter, or if you're around your child now, when you see this video, for real, man, tell your kids that you love them. Tell your kids that you're proud of them. I know you want them to do better, and so you keep pushing that issue. But just make sure that while you pushing that agenda for doing better, you remind them and remind yourself how proud of them you are. Remind them of your level of respect for them. We get so caught up in delivering our expectations, okay, that we don't allow the level of respect that we have for something to surface and be shown, because it's constantly expecting this, constantly expecting that. Sometimes we got to take a second out real quick, time out, and say, look, I'm proud of you, son. I'm proud of you, my daughter. For real, man, these kids, they need to hear that, man. Why you think generation after generation keep growing up way more wilder than the first one or the one before them? Ain't nobody showing them no love. And then we run around because of what we've been through. So we feel like I ain't have a lot of love growing up. Ain't want nobody proud of me. Ain't nobody want to tell me good job, this, that, and the third. So it grew on me to the point where now I got a child, right? And I ain't telling my child how proud of them I am. I ain't telling them how good of a job they doing because I'm so used to it not being done to me. That's an excuse. That's an excuse. Why I gotta make something hard for somebody else just because it was hard for me? It probably the other way around. I should more so want to make it easier because I know how hard it was. See what I'm saying? But even back to shortcuts and longevity, by doing this, you will instill longevity in your child's mind too. You want to know why? Because we constantly expecting them to do this, that, and the third, and we ain't showing no love or appreciation. So in their mind, they constantly thinking of right now. Everything is right now. We're not teaching them that some things take time. So while you on your course and your journey and you staying focused and you staying consistent and you putting in the hard work, you need to be celebrated. They need to know that. Don't wait until these kids don't want to listen to what you got to say no more. We have the opportunity to speak to them. Let's speak to them. We got the opportunity to show them something while they still paying attention to us. Let's show them something. You know what I mean? That's real. But above all, keeping God first is always what's going to get us over the hump. Keeping God first is what's always going to redeem us, restore us. You understand what I'm saying? Like keeping him first, that's the master ingredient to anything in life that you're trying to cook up. Huh? So, on that note, I like to leave my people with some love. I love all y'all. I like to leave my people with some encouraging words. Whatever you going through, it's going to get better. Keep your head up. Don't allow yourself to become so weary and so discouraged that you decide to give up, turn around. You came too far, okay? This right here is for anybody that's still pressing on even through the struggle. Pressing on even through misunderstandings. You're pressing on even in the midst of a loss, okay? You're pressing on in spite of how you feel. In spite of what state your mind is in. You have to keep pushing. You have to keep pushing and keep pressing on. Make sure that you praying though. You have got to pray every day, and you sometimes got to pray all throughout the day. It's just what we got to do, people. But you keep your head up and you stay inspired. Don't lose that fire inside of you. I'm telling you. Because when it goes out, boy, it be so hard to relight that motherfucker. I'm telling you, man. Keep that fire burning in you. Stay as positive as you can. Stay out of people's way. Stop telling your life story on social media. Stop taking all your emotions and feelings to social media. Because social media eat you up. They eat you alive. And to be real with you, man, people are only entertained by what you go through. They're not moved by it. People don't give a fuck about what you're going through. They're not going to pick up the phone and call you and ask you, are you okay? They're not going to see your status and come check up on you. I'm not saying nobody will, but the majority just not really thinking like that. So be more conscious, be more reserved with what you say and how you say it. The information that you put out there into the universe about yourself or your life. You got to be more reserved. Don't let any and everything and everybody into your business, into your personal life. You have got to keep that separated. Now, granted, you can do what you want to do as your own person. I'm simply just a mouthpiece. Being open-minded enough and willing enough to allow God to use me and talk and speak through me. That's it. So, YouTube, subscribe, Lito Lavelle, Lovell. Email me, Lavelle, Lovell @gmail.com. Any questions, topics you want spoken on, holla at your boy. We always keep the person that asks, they name anonymous, and we just speak on the topic. One love. Yeah.